The New England Patriots have made a ton of changes this offseason, like moving on from Hall of Fame head coach Bill Belichick to Jerod Mayo, trading Mac Jones, and drafting Drake Maye 3rd overall, and a lot more. We are a rebuilding team, but let's take a quick look on the 2024 Patriots. The biggest question mark with the Pats is the offense. The only two position groups outside of offensive line with locked-in starters are running back and tight end. Quarterback and wide receiver battles are dominating Pats camp news, and under new offensive coordinator Alex Van Pelt, we should see some changes. One thing we have heard from camp so far is that even without David Andrews at times, the offensive line has looked good. Rookie Caden Wallace is looking like a day one starter at left tackle. Sidney So seems like he will have a decent sophomore season after being a great run blocker in 13 games as a rookie, and there are a ton of new pieces on this line after Trent Brown left, and who knows what will happen with Cole Strange as he's on the PUP list and hasn't been the best for a first round pick. All of the core pieces are injury prone though, so it is a real question to ask, how many different starting lines will New England have in 2024? They brought in some depth in the offseason through the draft and free agency, so it won't be as bad as the previous 2 years when someone goes down, but it still will not be pretty. And surprisingly, the wide receivers have shown out a little bit, specifically the two rookies Jalen Polk and Javon Baker. Reports have said that Polk looks like a Jacoby Myers clone, because he mostly has been operating and succeeding on short intermediate routes, winning his reps with great releases and quick twitch on breaks at top of the routes, just overall being a fluid receiver. He has been camp's best receiver according to all reports. Then there's my guy Javon Baker, who has just made highlight after highlight play, but he just has to stay consistent. Jump balls and deep shots, he's done it all so far, and both these rookie receivers are looking to contribute early on in their careers. I think Polk has a chance to lead his team in receiving yards by the end of the season. Pop Douglas is my front runner for that title, but don't count out Jalen. The rest of the receivers are a bit of a mixed bag. Second year, soon-to-be star Demario Douglas has been practicing, but at times he's been limited due to a hand injury, whereas Juju Smith-Schuster has been bad, and the rest have shown flashes, but nothing crazy. I expect the main receivers to be Pop, Bourne when he comes back, and Polk. Juju and Osborne have uncertain roles. Javon and Tyquan Thornton are big question marks, despite offseason improvements from Thornton and Baker looking good through camp. This wide receiver room is just weird. There's a lot of guys there who have done something in the league, with a mix of young guys too, so there's a lot of mouths to feed, but none that are worthy of being fed all that much. Have you heard of Underdog Fantasy? Underdog is the best and easiest way to play fantasy sports. All you have to do is pick higher or lower on your favorite players' projections, and you can win up to 80 times your money in a single night. If you want to become a dog, go ahead and download the app, or go to UnderdogFantasy.com and use code FANATICS when you sign up. They'll match your first deposit up to $250 and give you daily special picks for your pick'em entries. Personally, I've been doing a lot of the drafts for the MLB the past few days, and it's gone very well for me, let me tell you. You draft your favorite athletes and compete against real people, and whoever's team scores the most fantasy points takes home the cash. Again, that is code FANATICS for a first-time deposit match up to $250. The one guy who could benefit the most from this scheme change with Alex Van Pelt is Rhamondre Stevenson. The Ramonster, who I still want that nickname coined, believes that this outside zone scheme will fit him best. He looks a lot better than last season as he is now fully healthy after dealing with some injuries in all of 2023. He ran this type of scheme back at Oklahoma, so it makes sense that after the horrible offensive coaching he has gone through in his career, he feels best in a run scheme that is actually NFL level, run by a guy who has real NFL level coaching experience and has something that he's done before. I'm excited to see what the Ramonster can do this upcoming season. Just 2 years ago, he had nearly 1,500 scrimmage yards. I think he can have a similar season with an improved offense in general. Rhamondre is talented. I just think that last season he had no real chance for success on a team with zero passing game and zero creativity. But clearly, that is all going to change and he will be someone to watch again. But all of this potential mediocre offense relies on the quarterback. Jacoby Brissett is slated to be the week 1 starter right now, as Drake Maye was just drafted 3rd overall to sit for at least a good portion of the season, if not his entire rookie year, since he has some things to work on. He's more of a small project quarterback. I think Maye will start at some point this season, but that depends on how Brissett performs. Jacoby has been a great backup for years now for the Colts, Dolphins, Browns, and Commanders. He's a reliable veteran who can help the offense flow. We won't see too much excitement with him playing quarterback, but he will get things done and win a couple of games. I just hope that this offense looks like an NFL caliber unit, because ever since Mac Jones' rookie season, it has looked piss poor to say the least. Returning to May, he has had mixed reports in training camp. He's making rookie mistakes and has also made some great plays. Again, I don't think he should start in week 1 unless he really turns it around and does well in the preseason. I've also heard people talk about Joe Milton potentially fighting Drake Maye or Jacoby Brissett for the starting role. Look, if you need him to throw it 70 yards, he'll throw it 70 yards. If you need him to throw it 20 yards, he'll throw it 70 yards. Joe Milton and his backflips will not win a football game in his entire career. I'm sorry, it won't happen. Now, the real kicker for this Patriots team is their defense. Our linebackers are amazing. Our secondary is among the best in the league. Depending on Christian Barmore's blood clot situation, Matt Judon's contract disputes, our defensive line and pass rushers could be great too. Honestly, the Patriots have a top 10 defense without a doubt. In the final 8 games of the season, New England's defense held opponents to just 181.1 passing yards per game and a 61.8 completion percentage. Absolutely elite numbers from a team that was missing its cornerback 1, Christian Gonzalez, nickel Marcus Jones, and stud edge rusher Matthew Judon. From a defense that was just missing so many pieces, they ranked so highly in many statistical categories. While they were 15th in points per game, the Pats' defense was 7th in total yards, 11th in passing, 4th in rushing, and 1st in yards per attempt on the ground. After basically adding a ton of pieces with those 3 starters being hurt, alongside some second-year players actually on track to get real snaps and develop, the defense will be absolutely insane. Speaking of second-year players, camp reports say that Keion White may be the best player on the team. He is crushing people in drills every day. I love to hear that because I loved the selection at the time. I've always thought he would turn out to be something great for us, so hopefully, after these camp reports, he can put it all together. Gonzalez is my candidate for Breakout Player of the Year. In his 3 games and 18 snaps of a 4th, it really looked like he can win Defensive Rookie of the Year, doing very well against Tyreek Hill and other great wide receivers. He has great measurables and can really knock away any balls with his big frame. Overall, just be a physical lockdown cornerback 1. Between him, Marcus Jones, Jonathan Jones, Kyle Duggar, and Jabril Peppers, aka 2 safeties, argue a wall. The secondary will be a top unit in the league and dominate opposing quarterbacks. I will say we do need Matthew Judon to come back. He's been elite for us when he's played, and alongside Josh Uche, who is only a pass rusher and only gets some snaps now, Keion White, who we're relying on to have a breakout year, Deatrich Wise, who's been solid. Without Matt Judon, this pass rushing unit is not that good. It was near the bottom of the league in sacks last year because he was hurt. We just need a deal to get done to bring back our elite pass rusher. In 2024, the Patriots are rebuilding. While there have been many positive changes compared to the past 2 seasons, we are not a good team. The defense is elite, but the offense just has so many question marks that nobody can answer in August. Will any of the receivers shine? Sure, they have been in camp, but can they put it together on an actual NFL field? The outlook on this Patriots team is what we should all be expecting, around 4 to 6 wins. Not unless Drake Maye is the next CJ Stroud or Josh Allen. Jalen Polk is Tank Dell. Javon Baker is Nico Collins, and Pop Douglas is the elite dynamic slot playmaker that he is. I mean, we already knew that though. Then we should expect at best the 20th ranked offense on a good day. There are still a lot of holes and pieces that rely on the potential to estimate where this offense will be in 2024. Demario Douglas, Mike Onwenu, David Andrews, Hunter Henry, and Rhamondre Stevenson, the only people you know are decent on offense. You know, Douglas will make great plays with the ball in his hand. Onwenu and Andrews are great offensive linemen. Stevenson will be an average starting running back with some versatility in the passing game, and Hunter Henry will be an elite red zone tight end. Outside of those 5 guys, you don't know what you're going to get with anybody on this offense. And with all that being said, that is it for me, guys. Thank you for tuning into Fanatic Sports. If you made it this far in the video, come on. Give it a like, subscribe, you know the deal. Always helps me out. Also, follow me on Instagram at FanaticSports25, on Twitter and TikTok at Fanatic Sports. This is Joe of Fanatic Sports, signing off.